Hello everybody, welcome to Fulver's Let's Play. Today we're going to be doing a mod pack called Sevtech. Now this is a mod pack that overall is pretty slow, trying to slowly progress through different mods and progress at a pace that really makes sense if you're not used to any kind of mod. This mod pack, as you will see, kind of goes through different stages and ages, and we are starting off today at the very beginning, going to try to find a place to live, figure out where to go, all that. Now, I've actually played Sevtech quite a bit, so I know a couple things that we need to collect together. One of the biggest, most important things to get right in the beginning is food. Now, even though I don't have a place to live right now, I am going to collect together a bunch of wild bushes if I see any, and any other resources I might find useful. Now, there are a couple of problems with Sevtech, the largest being the amount of resources that it requires. The mod pack author says that it takes about 4 gigs of RAM. I would recommend a little higher than that if you can. I do 8, and I have special arguments to make the trash collection a little bit better for Java now. That's kind of the crazy way of saying it. Just takes a little bit of work to get it to run smoothly. Now, I'm actually walking around trying to find a place to live. I want to be near the water, but I don't actually want to be on the water side. I also don't want to get too far away from spawn in case I die, which, let's be honest, this pack I'm very likely to die, so we are going to try to stay in a reasonable area. I'm kind of thinking that hill's over there. Oh my god, there's piranhas. Oh man, I forgot about the piranhas. So in river biomes, at least, there's a chance that piranhas will spawn. It's not really so bad. They die pretty easily, but at the same time, they tend to just jump out of you out of nowhere. I actually found this perfect spot. There's the village that I started at, just right over there. And here's this little tiny island. There is a giant ocean connected to it, so that could be really useful. I know water becomes a resource that I'm going to need quite a bit. There's the ocean monument over there when I decide that I'm brave enough to challenge that. And this island is small enough that overall, I mean, there's not too much area to have mobs spawn on, so it might actually work out quite well to be kind of isolated. It looks like there's a cave system here, which will be useful if I ever need to build in. Looks like the chunks also kind of got placed weirdly, because that's, Java. But, overall, I think this is actually a really good start. So we're going to build here. We're going to start out here and see what we can get going. The way to start on Sevtech is you look at your advancements. Now, I have mine set to one of my keybinds, L. And the very first advancement is Welcome to Sevtech Ages. To complete the tutorial, complete the advancement to craft a work stump to move into Age 0. Now, work stump is right there. Now, this gray path is actually the path that we're going to be using to progress. All these white ones will eventually turn blue when we complete them, and the white ones, even though they're not needed, most of the time they are actually needed to go through the rest of it. So it's best to actually go through all of these if you can, or pretty close to all of these, and just do them as you can. And if you look at them, it tells you what it is you need to do in order to do them. Like, so this one, hold a fire stick in each hand and click on a block to create fire. Pretty simple. We're going to start with these two right here, which is craft a flint hatchet so you can cut down trees. And to get started, you'll need to collect plant fibers from breaking tall grass. Craft 3 together to get plant twine. Sticks can be found on the floor or by trimming some leaves. And it's nighttime now, so I gotta be really careful. Alright, so twine is really easy. You just collect together some of this grass, and then you craft these into 3. There's plant twine right there. Easy. Sticks, same thing. And then sticks and twine. And I'm going to do this off of memory. Let's see if I actually get it right. You can create one of these grass fiber mesh. Now that actually I think was one of the advancements too. It's this one. Flint won't drop from breaking gravel. Use the grass fiber mesh in a crafting grid with gravel to obtain flint consistently. So the next step is to get flint. And if you look at, let me type this in real quick. If you look at flint, you check the recipe to make it, you get gravel, you get the grass fiber mesh, put them together, you get flint. So that will be my next step, and I'll do that real quick. You'll find that gravel is actually near the water quite often, so if you're having trouble finding that, it should be pretty easy. I say that as I'm worried about mobs. Like that creeper right there. The other thing that you could do is actually go into the water. Now you have to be careful for some water mobs, but oftentimes you will see I have to pay close attention to where everything is. This is salt right here. Might be a little hard to see, but it's basically a white block with some dots in it. There's normally some gravel. There's clay. This is clay right there. Salt. Alright, I will go find some gravel and get back to you. Alright, so there's my island right there. Here's a little bit of gravel. Let's collect together this. I don't think I need all that much. I'm going to get like 4 or 5 pieces, and then we're going to head back. We're going to make sure there's no mobs around me because it is the middle of the night. Oh, another bush. Alright, so throw this together. And there's some flint. And then with the flint, you want to go to some rock. I saw some diorite right over here. We're going to just smack it. I click left and right click. I don't know if it really makes a difference. I also switch between blocks quite often, just hoping to do it correctly. It's a chance. Every time I do it, it never seems to work all that effectively, so I just kind of spam like crazy until it actually works. There we go. Now I have some flaked flint. This, you can make a pickaxe or a hatchet. Now, I'm going to need some wood. In this mod pack, if you punch wood, you will actually take damage. Just like in real life, if you punch wood, you will take damage on your knuckles. So you don't really want to do that. There is a really cool mod in this one that makes the trees immediately lose all of its leaves. All the leaves fall down into sticks or saplings or whatever it is that they are made out of. And I love that mod. I absolutely love that mod. So let's do that real quick. We'll make a hatchet right here. It's too dangerous to go alone. And we will start collecting together this tree. Again, keeping an eye out for mobs because it's the middle of the night. Alright, as you can see, there are now saplings and sticks and everything dropping from this tree. I love that mod. I'm going to clear out some of this grass, though. It's kind of a little pesky. Now, here are rocks. You're going to need some rocks for crafting, but overall, you're going to try not to... You really want to try not to pick up too many rocks. The rocks are actually possibly other things. So if you click it once and it breaks, then go ahead and pick it up. If you click it once and it does not break, then you want to leave it there. It is actually a different block. This mod pack actually hides some of the progression stuff, so you can't actually see that it's there until later on in the different stages. So you kind of want to be careful with how much of the world you destroy. And then I'm going to take this wood that I just collected, throw it in there, and that's going to make me a chopping block. I am sure that that is also one of the advancements. Use a log to craft a chopping block. Place a log or plank on the chop. I heard him. Place a log or a plank on the chopping block and use an axe to cut it into planks or sticks. Should be pretty easy as soon as I get away from all these mobs. Alright, I'll throw that down and then we'll take a log, throw it on there, use the axe, and you just left click a bunch of times until it turns into planks. To make the crafting table, you take one of these chopping blocks and you throw it on top of a log of wood, and you get a work stump. Hold a single item per slot, bash with crafting rock until recipe is complete. Has crafting rock storage shelved. Now, as you will see, I clicked it and it immediately lagged. That lag is actually because it's refreshing the world and changing all the blocks that were possibly hidden for the next stage. This next stage is actually right here. It cuts off. It doesn't actually tell you that it's there. Now, everyone preceding this will be in the tabs up on the top, but for this first one, it's just a very quick tutorial just to get you some basic needs. I think I am going to build right here, though, so we're just going to put down this crafting table. Now, this crafting table works exactly the same way as a normal crafting table. It has a 3x3 with a spot for this rock right underneath. So if you ever decide you don't want to keep that in your inventory, just throw it down there. It's a good place for storage. I always tend to forget it's there, so I just keep it in my crafting. I just keep it right here in my inventory most of the time. It kind of works better for me. All these flowers, there are a lot of flowers in this mod pack. I would suggest actually trying to keep them on the floor because they, right at the beginning, you have nothing to do with them. So it's best to just kind of leave them there and they will quickly take up your inventory as they take up all the different spots for all the different types. The very first thing that we're going to make is a chest. Seems pretty simple, you know, just throw some logs on here, we'll cut them down. And then we'll take this. I don't actually like the... Wow, that took a second for me to realize what that was. I saw it. Wow. I thought I was far enough away. Oh, well, okay, so now... Look, this is actually a blessing in disguise. Now I have a base, okay? This is a perfect little shelter. You know, if I have to worry about arrows flying at me or something, it's perfect. Oh man, I thought I was far enough away. Okay, no, we're gonna make this work. Perfect little hole right here. Perfect little hole. We are going to build here. My work stump is gone. I have to go collect more trees. Alright, we'll go do that and be right back. Alright, so I got a bunch of wood. Let's remake this crafting bench. Oh man, I can't even believe that happened. Alright. I thought about it for a little bit and I changed the way that I'm going to build this. Sevtech Ages actually goes through different stages. You start off in like this kind of caveman stage, and I kind of wanted to do that, but truth be told, I don't think I'm actually going to build that way. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to just build it all in one go, kind of do different styles as I go. Not really go by the stages, but just upgrade and develop as I go. So this gap that I so carefully created, I'm going to use this as kind of like a basement area, and I'm going to put a little bit of, let's do 3 blocks. I'm going to put a little bit of a raised platform for the surface of my house. Now again, I'm not really going for the caveman. I mean, a lot of people can build that way. I think that's actually a really good way to do it in Sevtech, but I'm going to just go with style to begin with. Wow, alright, so I just realized that I can't even make stairs yet. Kind of trying to jump ahead in stages and can't quite do that yet. So we're going to just kind of wing it, you know? We're going to just do what we can, build what we can, and go with what we got, I guess. Alright, what was I building? I was building a chest, right? That's this, I think that's this recipe. Let's see. Chest. Oh, this is actually the shelf. Alright, so there's the chest recipe. Let's craft it real quick. So you just spam right click with the crafting rock and that'll eventually make it. Place to put my stuff in. Throw that up here. There we go. Got a perfect little thing there. Alright, the next advanced I'm going to make is probably this one. Craft a flint pickaxe. Flint, I would assume that this is a really simple... Yeah. Alright, double sticks. We'll throw some twine on there. And throw some flint on there. And that should be it. There we go. Some basic resources. Should be good. Gonna chop down this tree while it's here. Now I'm actually trying to get these trees to grow more, so I'm just gonna leave these saplings on the ground and they will eventually replant just like that and start a whole forest. So if you're not careful, you can actually get a giant forest from just not picking up all the items. It's actually a pretty good way to do it. A little bit of a lazy way, if that. Now that I got a flint pickaxe, I'm gonna go mining a little bit. I'm gonna try to leave that andesite there. I'm not sure if that's actual andesite or if that's something else. I don't really care to use the andesite right now, so I'm just going to go mining for pure stone. And actually, we're just going to clean this up a little bit. At the moment, I'm really liking the look of this cave, so I'm just going to kind of delete this dividing line a little bit to collect my stone. Our next stage is to create a stone pickaxe and some random stuff. I'm going to start with a stone pickaxe. This flint pickaxe will last a little while, but I don't really want to depend on it, so we're going to just do the basic tools of every Minecraft session. Alright, as you can see, we got the shovel, the pickaxe, the axe, sword. We got all the basics down. So next step, now that we got some stone tools going, we are going to go for this line right here. Hold a fire stick in each hand and click on a block to create fire. Now along with that, there's another one, this one. That's a good one to do at the same time. So you can see right here, it goes right off of this branch right here. Clay balls, cobblestone slab to create a kiln. Once placed, you'll need to fire the kiln using a heat source below. Once it's fired, it can cook items. So you want to do that, create a fire stick, then light up the kiln. Once the kiln is hot, we can make this one, Forever Fire. Low-grade charcoal blocks are a great source of charcoal, and you can light a fire on top that will never go out. That will be the ultimate goal. See, this will create a fire, but the fire will eventually go out just because it will burn whatever is on it, and if there's nothing to burn, it will eventually put out. So that is a good next step. Alright, this will give us the kiln. Okay, this is actually perfect. There's a little entranceway right on this side of the water. There's a little entryway right here. I'm going to just plop it down right here into the ground. Right there. Open this up just a little bit, and we will make some fire sticks. What you do is you grab one in each hand, plop down, and then light it up. Now I want to put one of these wood blocks in there, because when that cooks, it will turn into coal. As you can see, when you look in the crafting menu for this item, you hit U on it. You will go over to clay kiln, and it will create low-grade charcoal. So that's my goal. Just gonna do that real quick. Now I think this normally takes 2 fires, so we're just gonna get this prepared. You can see the kiln switched to a reddish orangish color, so now it's actually cooked. It's not just regular clay. Now it's going to be starting to cook up the it's going to start cooking up the wood. I'm hoping that didn't interrupt it too bad. I don't really know if interrupting the flame makes a difference. Obviously it'll turn off. No, it didn't seem to interrupt at all. So now I got some low-grade charcoal. I'm going to knock that out. Put that right there. And then repeat the same process. Make 2 fire sticks. Put one in the offhand. Then light that, and it will permanently stay lit. I'm going to put this cobblestone there, so now I'm not going to fall into it. Now, there you go. I got a perfect Perfect place to... I'm gonna knock these out so they don't catch on fire. No, creeper. We're not gonna do that again. Alright, now that we got the kiln set up, we were going to set up this path right here. I really want this one, the hot grill. So we'll start with this one. It's in order. Use some rocks, twine, and sticks to make a fire pit. Use typical fuel items to light it, and insert items to be cooked. It requires rocks, and I don't really like collecting all the different rocks laying around, so what I'm going to do actually is just put one of the cobblestones in there, and that will make 9 rocks. It kind of saves a little bit of time trying to find them all. Fire pit, awesome. I'm going to keep it, I'm going to put it with my kiln, and I'm going to light a fire underneath of it. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not, but I'm kind of hoping it will. You will find that your inventory fills up quite a bit. That's just kind of the problem with Sevtech in the beginning, especially. It's kind of a problem with Minecraft in general, but it's even more of a problem with Sevtech. So you can build chests. There's also these shelves. It's just wood planks with a rock on top, and shelves are actually really useful. Oh, cool! I just got a business time one for getting sharp bone. I didn't even do that unintentionally. Awesome. Alright, I'm kind of getting tired of all the mobs, so I made a bunch of lit fiber torches. To make them, you actually make fiber torches, which are really simple to make. Unlit fiber torch, it's just the plant twine that you were already making and sticks. Take those over to a flame, you right click the flame, and that makes lit ones. Now lit fiber torches can actually become totem torches, and they are slightly, and I mean slightly, brighter. So I would say to make as many totem torches as you can for now, instead of lit fiber torches. Just upgrade them a little bit with some extra sticks, and that will be way more useful. So I'm going to go around and light up my little island here, at least this little corner of my island, to prevent some mobs from actually spawning. Alright, this is actually taking a little bit longer than I remember it taking, so I am going to upgrade this crafting bench next. That's going to be my next step. Let's see what's required for that. Actually, it doesn't even say in here about upgrading your crafting bench. I'd really recommend doing that though. So the crafting bench can become a Mark II crafting bench. Now it requires a shelf, 2 chopping blocks, some dark oak, eucalyptus, or sakura wood, which I happen to already have. So we're going to do that real quick. Alright, Work Stump Mark II. Now you can see the color is a little bit different. The Work Stump Mark II works a little bit differently. It's basically the same concept, but you can put a full stack of items into it instead of just the one single item. So it's quite a bit of an upgrade considering. I'm going to use this to make the torches that I was making. Now this, it's still like a double 1, 2, 3, triple click in order to craft, but you can do it, just kind of spam it to make a bunch of them. Now that I have that, I'm going to hit F7. It brings up this whole grid about where mobs can spawn. I'm just going to kind of go crazy putting down torches wherever I see these yellows at, and hopefully that will help reduce some of the mobs spawning around me. Alright, I do have a little bit of a base set up now. So what the plan for this base is, don't mind the blocks. The plan for this base is that this is going to be a little bit of like a deck. It's going to have stairs going up to it, and this is going to be the deck area. And then right here, there's going to be a wall. It's going to be a double wall, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. But that's going to be the doorway right here. And I'm going to walk in. This is going to be my house. A really small house. Nothing too bad. I might extend it a little bit more that way, and I might extend a little bit more that way. We're going to kind of decide how that goes in the future. But for the moment, I have my storage area. Basically, I got wood. These are the saplings. Those are the wood blocks. Those are the crafted wood. Regular blocks. Special stuff. Like, crafting materials, stuff like that. Crafted things like that fire pit that I haven't put down yet. Tools, weapons, stuff like that I happen to get. Flowers and food. These are all going to be food. Hopefully that should work for a little bit. As we go, I'll kind of extend a little bit farther. Now these blocks are actually shelves, and I really like the fact that they can kind of take up the whole wall space. And then on the opposite side, I have the chest that I had started out with to do that quest, some crafting tables, and the chopping blocks. So that's kind of my crafting area, my storage area. I did some basic blocks. These are dried wood, these are dried mud. They come from those piles right there. I'm not too happy with the way it looks, to be honest, but it's kind of better than nothing at the moment, so we're just going to go with that. I needed a backdrop for the shelves, and that's how that works. Overall, I would say that's not too bad of a start, so thank you for joining me for Sevtech today. I'm looking forward to actually continuing this on. I'm only going to play this maybe about an hour or 2 hours at a time, make a video out of it each time, so this might actually be a very, very long series. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope I can catch you all next time.